Okay, so will bulletproof coffee break a fast? Break a fast. So here's the short answer. Basically, if you drink something like bulletproof coffee, which generally means mixing some fat in with your coffee, be that butter, MCT oil, or maybe coconut oil. If you drink something like that while you're fasting, it has advantages and disadvantages. And whether it breaks your fast kind of depends on you. It depends on your goals and how strict you want to be, within reason. So the advantages of drinking it are it'll boost your ketone levels. It may boost your energy levels somewhat. But the disadvantage is that you're taking in a lot of energy. So if you're taking in a lot of energy when you're fasting, then you're kind of borderline not fasting. It depends on how much you do, kind of. If you drink tons and tons of this stuff, then you're not really fasting because you're just consuming a whole ton of calories in the form of dietary fat. If you do a moderate amount or a low amount, then you're still sort of fasting. You're doing what we would call a dirty fast or a modified fast. And you get those advantages of the boosted ketone levels and the boosted energy. And you can still certainly burn body fat and normalize your blood sugar levels and accomplish a whole bunch of good things like that. The downside, though, is since you're taking in all this energy, you're less likely to get some of those longevity kind of benefits like autophagy or resetting your immune system, or some of those things that people are sometimes looking for that are kind of more specific than just reducing body fat or normalizing blood sugar, to name a couple things. So that's one thing. And then if you drink a whole bunch of extra fat, obviously if you do a ton, you're not going to burn as much of your own body fat because, well, guess what? You already have fat to burn. You just drank it. So you don't need to tap into your own body fat as much. So that's basically the story. So I wrote a blog post that goes into much more detail about this if you want to see some scientific references and some more explanations and things. So I'll put a link in the video description and you can check that out as well. By the way, I'm a physician assistant, which is similar to a doctor, and I've spent a lot of time working in the emergency room, doing family practice, doing urgent care, and I've also spent a ton of time learning about fasting and trying out different types of fasting. So if you want to learn more about fasting and using that to improve your health, you can check out my podcast, which I'll link to in the video description, as well as my blog, which like I mentioned, I'll link to one of those blog posts in the video description. All right, so hope it helps, and I'll see you next time.